सैम, आपके साथ जो बातचीत हो रही है लगता है कि काफ़ी इजी था, हो ही नहीं सकता कि इतनी इजी था. The toughest challenges you faced in this journey?
You know, the toughest challenges are when you have, you have the problem of a plenty, so problem of choices. So, you know, I think I have an extremely fertile mind which keeps thinking about new businesses, new trends.
So you're almost a serial entrepreneur.
So, well, yes, I've been a serial thinker for sure.
Oh,
I don't know
like
how much
that.
of a serial
I like
entrepreneur.
that, serial thinker, that's a new word.
So yeah,
phrase.
so I keep thinking of new things to do,
Right.
whether it's to entertain myself, whether it is to, entertain the family, to do something in the office, to do different businesses.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you have an over fertile, over agile mind, then you look at different things. So I think that's been one critical thing. But of course, the journey from moving from the last business, which is real estate, which is a continuing business, to the F&B business. So वो काफ़ी एक challenging दौर था, क्योंकि my kids had come back from the US. मेरी दोनों
और एक
बेटियाँ.
surprise भी है कि I think what is so beautiful, sorry to interject, कि आपकी request था कि you wanted to have both your girls on
Absolutely.
candid camera, so to speak. Yeah.
Absolutely. So,
So we'll have them next segment.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having them over. And I think one of the things was they wanted to come back to India. They were studying in the US.
Right.
And while I brought them into the real estate industry, I realized that real estate is still coming of age, and it'll take a little while for it to get into adapting, adopting, embracing women in the industry.
Oh, that's an interesting point,
Yeah.
Sam.
So one thing that I've done is I've been a strong proponent of women empowerment in this business, and we've tried our best to get in as many women in. And I believe one day my kids will also come back into the industry. But when they came in, they felt that this is not the greatest of places for them at this moment. And they wanted to get into the food business, which has been a traditional business of our family. We've all seen for generations this business. So, so they said, let's get into food. So that transition of relearning food from being just a foodie to being a food expert, we went across 5 different continents. We went and actually worked in several kitchens, almost about 15 kitchens.
So that was the toughest
That was the toughest thing, to go out and take time out of business to do something. But luckily we were very passionate about it. So we did that, worked in different kitchens, about 7-8 different brands, met up with people across the globe.
So your daughters were involved with that?
Absolutely. My wife and my daughters, all 4 of us went to different places, and we finally selected, and it sounds a little bit arrogant, but I think we selected the brand as much as the brand selected us.
That's interesting.
So वो सबसे बड़ा मेरे हिसाब से एक challenge था, and to then eventually become a specialist. So a lot of dedication over the last 3 years to become a specialist in the food industry.
आपके opinion में the Indian palate all over India, or the Indian consumer, has really become sophisticated, has it not? Would you say?
I wouldn't call it sophisticated. I would call it sensitized and aware of what is available globally, and therefore extremely aspirational. They are adventurous. They love exploring. They love tasting, and they love surprise elements in their food. And you can see that all across. Burgers, for example. There are different kinds of burgers. So earlier people only wanted Indianized burgers. Now it's both Indianized as well as
Westernized or
Anglicized, and also burgers which could be a mix of both. So it's fusion food. So the burgers also fusion food in that sense. So I think that's a trend. People with dispensable income want to experiment, and I think it's all about experimenting themselves and their palates.
Now, when you say disposable income, you're talking about, I presume, a middle to upper on segment.
Sure, I would say our burgers are more aspirational. So a child who has grown up with a traditional international burger, that's been around in the country for a while. Now, when he's grown up, he wants to go out and eat in a more evolving brand, a new brand. He wants to take his kids to this new place, and because we believe in quantity and quality of food, and we believe we serve the most premium burgers in the country.
Right.
So naturally, what happens is because it's healthy, it's not fried, it's char grilled.
Charcoal. Yeah, that's a specialty.
That's a special thing. Then
Correct,
we give you
correct,
carb-free burgers, lettuce wrap burgers. So very healthy.
So very innovative,
very
kind
innovative,
of.
absolutely.
Yeah. So is this catering to the Indian palate, basically? When
I-
you're saying non-carbs and.
I believe it's catering to the new Indian. I believe it's catering to a person who's eaten the traditional burger and the pizza for for a decade, and now wants to try something new. So it's definitely an evolution in in the palate tasting exercise.
What would you say has attributed to your success? I mean, from being a chartered accountant to a banker to a chartered accountant to the helm of an empire.
So,
Planning.
well, I would say that I have two things that have worked really in my favor. One is that I have been extremely focused, extremely dedicated, and I've focused on my goals. And if I have a goal, I will do everything to achieve it.
No deviating.
No
from
deviation.
It. Wow.
And the second is that I have, if I do something, it's done from the heart. I'm extremely passionate about it. So everybody says passion.
It's about the passion.
It's about passion because if I work 100 hours a week, which I do, people say you don't get tired. How do you get motivated? Who motivates you?
Very energetic.
Well, I am, and and I'd sleep about 4 or 5 hours at night. Work 6.5 days a week. So I clock more than 100 hours, but it's the inner energy and the passion that comes in, and it's always something to do with about proving it to yourself.